I think snacking is off limits if you're managing diabetes or looking to lower your blood sugar, achieve better glycemic control. Not anymore. Today, I'm revealing delicious snacks that you can enjoy that actually help to lower blood sugar and boost insulin sensitivity. All right, let's check it out. I'm going to share both plant-based as well as omnivore options because I know people have different ways that they eat that work for them, or maybe they're experimenting and trying something new. So here's a detailed breakdown for each of these snacks, clearly highlighting where they're great options for blood sugar control, for reducing cravings, and for increasing satiety, that sense of fullness, that is knowing when it's time to stop eating. Number one, this might be a surprise, air-popped popcorn with nutritional yeast. This can help improve blood sugar control because popcorn is indeed a whole grain in this context. It's high in fiber and it slows digestion and glucose absorption. Glucose is another name for blood sugar, preventing sharp spikes in blood sugar. For many people, they find air popped popcorn is a fine snack because there's not other additives. There's no junk added to it, right? It's simply popped corn. It can also help to reduce cravings because the nutritional yeast in and of itself has an umami, savory, cheesy almost like kind of flavor if you enjoy those sorts of flavors. And it helps to significantly cut back cravings for sugary, salty, or highly processed snacks. In some places, popcorn where it's sold pre-made, it's already had a lot of added sugar, added salt, added unhealthy kinds of oils, and who knows what else they've stuck on there. So, if you can make your own, that's the best case because then you know exactly what happened to that popcorn. All right. This also helps to increase a sense of fullness, a sense of satisfaction, a sense of satiety. I can't say this enough when it comes to diabetes and blood sugar control, for weight regulation, mood regulation, etc. When we eat food, we need to get that precious feedback from our gut to our brain, from our brain to our gut, that we are full, that we've had enough. If you're eating foods that are highly processed and ultra refined, you're not getting that feedback. Your body genuinely cannot tell when it is full. You're far more likely to overeat. Those foods are engineered, in fact, to stimulate that response. And many of them light up the reward center in your brain like a pinball machine or the strip in Las Vegas. Think Bellagio. We're talking bright lights, Times Square in New York City, New Year's Eve, right? Like you're just lit up. You want more, you want more, you want more. And people tend to feel like they have just lost control over eating. That's why it's so important to eat quality, real, genuine food. So in this case, the nutritional yeast can be very helpful with the popcorn to keep you out of trouble and making choices that are much higher in calorie and much lower in nutrient density. Another way it increases satiety is this. The fiber amount fills the stomach. It literally takes up space, providing that volume without having much at all in the way of calories, which leads to longer lasting sense of fullness. This is a simple way to win. All right, moving on. Second option here for snacks. Berries with almond butter for blood sugar control. One of the most important things you can do is make berries your friend. The berry family is so wonderful for blood sugar control. It tends to be much lower on the glycemic index, which is another way of saying it tends to have a much gentler blood sugar impact. So if you've been afraid of eating fruit, you might be able to invite berries back into your nutrition without, wrecking everything you're working on. So the berries with the almond butter are a nice combo for a snack if you're going to snack. They're good for blood sugar control because the berries have that lower glycemic index and they have that added fiber. The berry family, all of them are rich in fiber. That also helps to moderate blood sugar absorption, i.e., think of all fiber as blood sugar sponges. If you've watched my other content, my other videos, social media, you've heard me talk about this. I'm just going to keep reinforcing that point. Think of fiber as a natural blood sugar sponge, helping to keep your blood sugar stable. Almond butter's protein and fat combination further slow digestion. This is also another friendly result for better blood sugar control. This combo can also help to drive cravings down. So important to be able to drop off that nuisance of a monkey on the back of the feeling of a craving, like you gotta have it, you wanna have it, you obsess on it. It's the only thing you can think about. It really helps put the control back in your hands. The natural sweetness from berries can be very satisfying and help you to avoid further cravings for sweets and still stay in a healthy zone for what you're eating. And then if you look at the almond butter's nutritional contribution here, its creamy texture and mild sweetness further curb desires for processed, really bad for you sweets. So these can be a great power couple, if you will, a power duo. Also, together, these two help to increase that sense of satiety, of satisfaction, being able to tell you had enough to eat. So key if you're going to win here with blood sugar control, and to do things in a way that are sustainable and enjoyable. I don't think suffering really helps us get better. I do think that doing things that are sustainable, enjoyable, and healthy put together are the way to win with this. So healthy fats and protein taken together as found in almond butter. If you're allergic to nuts, swap it out. Use sunflower seed butter or pumpkin seed butter. You have other options, those just as fine. Combined with those fiber-rich berries creates a snack that helps to keep hunger away for longer and preventing overeating later. This also helps your blood sugar to not bottom out, so you're not having a rocket ride with a big blood sugar roller coaster up and you're not having a big crash on the way down. This makes it far more stable and it's less likely that this is going to be a problem for you. All right, so at this point, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. If you snack, which snack will you try first? Comment your choice below, please. I'd love to hear from you. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like, share it, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on. This way you can help me grow the channel and reach others with this information. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, third option here for another snack idea is hard-boiled eggs with avocado slices. Now here we're really trying to slow digestion in a good way. So this helps promote better blood sugar control because eggs contain protein that significantly slows the release of glucose into your bloodstream. Or another way to say it is that it slows glucose absorption by your cells. Your body's not going to get overwhelmed here at all, certainly not with eggs. Same is true for avocados, right? They provide a healthy kind of fat called a monounsaturated fat that enhances insulin sensitivity. We want that, right? Increased insulin sensitivity, decreasing insulin resistance, promoting stable blood sugar. Next, you have a reduction in cravings. The richness of avocado combined with protein-rich eggs provides a deep satisfaction and reduces the desire for unhealthy snacks, whether they're high in salt or high in sugar, particularly the high carb options of these things. So I'm thinking of things like pretzels that are available, various kinds of chips, potato chips, tortilla chips, etc., chips broadly defined, or things that have tons of added sugars or sugar substitutes, but it's the same effect in terms of, feeling a loss of control about appetite and portions. Similarly, when we're thinking about snacks, the whole idea of having increased satiety, the protein in the eggs and these healthy fats in the avocado promote that prolonged sense of fullness. It's a creamy sort of a feel in the mouth. It helps to control your appetite between meals. This is a way to win. So if you're going to snack, these are viable options. Okay, now we've covered three. Let's go on to number four. That's going to be dark chocolate, 70% or higher in cocoa content, or 70% or higher in cacao, spelled CACAO, in content. Read the label so you know what you've got. Sometimes dark chocolate has added sugar, sometimes it doesn't. Go for as low amount of added sugar or best bet yet, no added sugar, okay? Dark chocolate has a lot of goodness to offer in terms of just nutrient density. It's kind of interesting. So when we're looking to boost blood sugar control, dark chocolate is high in cocoa and cacao, contains minimal or no sugar. It also contains beneficial polyphenols that help to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce glucose spikes. That's a good thing. Yum. Additionally, it reduces cravings. If you struggle with cravings, this could be a helpful way to combat it. Many people find if they just have one or two bites, one or two squares of a dark chocolate bar, that they're quite satisfied. They're not going to just plow down and eat, like, say, 2 or 3 bars of it, unlike the sweetened versions, like with milk chocolate, other kinds of chocolate, where people just eat. That tends to not be the case with dark chocolate. It's satisfying, right? It has an intense chocolate flavor and can satisfy those cravings for sweets quickly, making it much easier to reset that desire for any kind of food and to resist higher blood sugar impact treats. Okay, next, it helps to increase satiety. Satisfaction with food is so important. We have to know when it's time to put on the brakes and stop eating. Some people are not getting that feedback, so I keep providing these tips so you can think about what's working for you and where things might be broken. All right, so has a rich taste, healthy fats from the cocoa butter, and they provide a satisfying mouthfeel and a sustained feeling of contentment from a relatively small portion, literally 1 or 2 pieces from a dark chocolate bar for many people is plenty. They're like, yep, that just satisfied that little taste I needed. I'm good. And you keep going on before you do any serious damage with a whole bunch of junky foods or highly processed, ultra refined foods that really don't have the nutrient density to offer you that you deserve and that you need. Okay, snack number 5, fresh vegetables with hummus. Yum. If you've watched any of my other videos or elsewhere on social media, you know how much I'm a fan of all things chickpea. That's right, chickpeas, garbanzo beans, whatever name you know them by. So fresh vegetables with hummus can be a friend here in terms of a healthful snack for blood sugar control. any of the vegetables that you enjoy. This would include carrots, cucumbers instead of chips. If I'm eating with hummus, I will often slice cucumber and use the cucumber slices or cucumber spears instead of chips. Same for carrots with hummus. I find that personally delightful, and I invite you to try it. Similarly with peppers, same thing. You can slice them any way you want and use them instead of chips. So that way you can enjoy and get your vegetables and fiber in along with the goodness that the hummus or the ground chickpeas has to offer you. All of this is high in fiber. It's slowing your carbohydrate digestion. It's another way to win here. Now, hummus typically is made with chickpeas, tahini. Tahini is ground sesame seed paste. Tahini, if you're not familiar. Tahini, it's lovely. Get it at the store if you don't already have it at home. And a little bit of olive oil put together. This can provide additional fiber, protein, and healthy fats, stabilizing blood sugar further. Additionally, because hummus is made directly from the chickpeas, as noted in some of my other videos, have plenty of resistant starch, slow burning, complex carbohydrates. So that's really a great option. And all of this together helps to stabilize your blood sugar even further, avoiding the big rocket ride up, the big roller coaster ride up for blood sugar, and also helping you to avoid blood sugar crashes too. The hangries, as they were, that crazy feeling of feeling both hungry and angry at the same time. They also increase satiety. Protein and fiber-rich hummus together, paired with the fiber-filled vegetables, delivers lasting satisfaction, helping to keep hunger at bay until the next meal. So if you know there's going to be a big gap between meals, it's smart to have this kind of a snack ready for your use to keep you out of, further trouble. And then our next snack here, here's another idea. Roasted chickpeas with savory spices. Now I know in some parts of the world, roasted chickpeas are available on the street as a street food, and it's a great snack if you can get it. You can get it at the store and you can make it yourself. So depending on where you're watching this from, and by the way, if you are from a part of the world where roasted chickpeas are a common thing and available as street food, vendor food, drop me a note in the comments. I'd love to know where you're from. Some of my friends from other places like Guyana, other parts of the country have commented, oh, yeah, I grew up with roasted chickpeas. I think that's super, right? All right, so here's the deal. For the chickpeas, the blood sugar control, as we just noted, they're high in protein and soluble fiber, significantly slowing down blood sugar absorption. So your bloodstream is not getting overwhelmed with too much glucose at one time. Avoiding those spikes, right? Helps to provide sustained blood sugar balance. Another thing to know about this kind of snack is that because you get to choose what the savory spices are, you can put your favorites in there. If you like to have a more Mediterranean profile, let's say with tarragon and oregano, great. If you want more of a Mexican profile with, say, oregano and cayenne pepper, maybe a little bit of habanero pepper, whatever you enjoy is maybe that spicy or hotter profile, super. If you like Thai food, same thing. Thai spices, Indian food, for Central American foods, North American, Asian, Southeast Asian, South Asian, many parts of the world, right? Western Africa, Eastern Africa, Northern Africa, Southern Africa, many, many places in the world, European places, Italy, France, whatever flavor profile, whatever kinds of meals you enjoy, put those kinds of spices on your chickpeas and see if that's tasty. If you enjoy it, great. This is another way to win. In all of these videos, I'm trying to give you lots of options. Just, jiggle your thoughts about, is there another way for me to solve this problem, right? That's going to be helpful. Now, this combo also can help with reducing cravings. Seasoning the chickpeas with the savory spices. This could be cumin, smoked paprika. It could be with a nutritional yeast. It could be with parsley. There's lots and lots of options here, right? Coriander, cilantro. There's just so many options. All of these can provide intense, really satisfying, memorable kind of flavor, but not the kind of flavor that drives you into a frenzy to eat too much. Rather, it's just satisfying. It's like your body says, thank you. You gave me real food. I'm grateful, right? Your blood sugar can respond accordingly. Can also help to curb cravings for salty, crunchy, processed snacks. Remember that highly refined, ultra-processed food is designed to make you want to eat more and more and more of it. They're trying to sell you more of it, right? They're directly trying to hit those reward centers in your brain and stimulate your tongue and your brain in combo to think that you need to eat more in order to feel happy. That's not true. So how you circumvent that is taking charge of what you're eating, plain and simple, okay? Another way this works together is that it increases your sense of satisfaction or satiety. The fiber and protein content in this particular snack combo helps to regulate your hunger hormones known as leptin and ghrelin, spelled leptin and ghrelin. It helps to create long-lasting fullness and reduce that impulse to snack again soon. Thus, it should helpfully tide you over until the next mealtime. All right, so hopefully this gives you some ideas, gives you enough of an explanation with the details for why it is each of these snacks has nutritional benefits to offer, along with practical results. The results being that your blood sugar stays in a more balanced range and it keeps you out of serious trouble with potentially tempting foods that have nothing but trouble to offer you. All right? It should help you make it easier to implement some of these healthy choices into your daily life. And we have a mix here of the omnivore along with plant-based eating options. All of this together should help you fix blood sugar issues, reverse type 2 diabetes, get into the remission range if at all possible, and overall better diabetes management. All right, so friends, what are your thoughts? If you snack, which snack will you try first? Please comment your choice below. I'd love to hear from you. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like, share it, subscribe to this channel, and turn your notifications on. This way you can help me grow the channel and reach others with this information. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Remember, self-care is not selfish. If you want to connect and you want to join one of my programs or my email list, that information is in the description in the channel. This healing journey is always about progress, not perfection. Please take great care of yourself.